From the beautiful campus of Drury University in Springfield, Missouri, you are watching DUTV.
Hi, welcome to DUTV. I'm Cale Harper, and it's time for another edition of Mediocre Collegiate Media. First up is the art of procrastination. We all know how to do it, but some are better than others. Josie Breeding introduces us to the master.
Here on Drury's campus, you'll find students of different cultures and backgrounds studying to master different skills and crafts. For some, it's architecture or music therapy. But for sophomore Jacob, it's a whole different story.
Doesn't look like there's much there. I'm gonna try the deep web.
Really, I can do upwards of 8 to 10 hours of not working a day.
Well, if you ask the people at the registrar's office, they would probably tell you that I'm a theater major. But really, I consider myself
Go fish.
a procrastination major.
And when it comes to group work,
So we've tried to work on this group project quite a long time now, and I don't know if it's working out the greatest, but I've gotten to know him pretty well.
Could you look that way for me?
We might not get too much work done, but we do get some stuff done. You drew this picture of me, and at least I think it's of me. I really don't see any resemblance. We've tried working at different places, but no matter what we've tried so far, it hasn't really worked out the greatest.
You never suspect to do any actual work. Luckily, I'm not. I'm looking at art, and that's never work.
and as for Jacob's future,
I've actually acquired so much knowledge about procrastination that I'm planning on writing a book so that other people can know of it as well. But I'll start it tomorrow.
That story was produced by Josie Breeding, a sophomore from O'Fallon, Missouri. Good news for you art lovers. Toby Beard found a budding young artist on campus who is turning heads with his works of heart.
for many, art is simply a hobby. But for artist Alex Jones, it goes much deeper.
So I started painting when I was at the ripe age of 2. They called me Little Da Vinci. My works are highly inspired, and I really try to focus on getting the human essence onto the page. One of my biggest goals as an artist is to allow people to view the entire human experience,
which he achieves through many different mediums.
I am currently learning the physical arts. I'm going through and learning every single form of martial art, starting with tap. I find it really important to summon the soul and just get it out there. And if that manifests itself in me chanting in my basement, so be it. Overall though, my biggest goal as an artist is to really just make people think.
Oh, that's him.
So how did you feel about it?
Well, I mean, it was a guy standing there, so...
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's something more, you know? It really gets you to think, you know what I mean?
If I can get one person to think, I've done my job.
Josie Breeding, DUTV.
Thank you, Tully. Tully is from Fort Worth, Texas, and named after Jethro Tull. Yes, that Jethro Tull. Well, it's time to catch up with the theater world and Clayton Baumgarth with On Stage.
Hello, I'm Clayton Baumgarth, and welcome to On Stage, your one-stop shop for all things theater in beautiful Springfield, Missouri. If you like to move it, Springfield's Little Theater is currently in the midst of running Madagascar, a musical adventure junior, until April 8th. Tickets are only $14. Starting on May 4th and running until May 20th is the Tony and Pulitzer Prize-winning show How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, the musical comedy. Advanced tickets are starting at $28. Finally, Springfield Little Theater proudly presents All Shook Up, running June 8th through the 24th. Inspired by and featuring the songs of Elvis Presley, travel back to 1955. Tickets are starting online at just $12. MSU's Craig Hall Cougar Theater will present Heathers the Musical from April 5th through 7th with a special afternoon show on the 8th. Based on the 1988 cult classic film Heathers. Buy your tickets now for just $18. Drury's own Will Hoyt Theater takes us to Treasure Island, a children's show, April 18th through the 21st, as well as Broadway Cabaret, April 26th through 28th. Visit the box office and the Breach School of Business for ticketing options. Springfield's Contemporary Theater at Will Hoyt Plaza is currently in its 23rd season, with the production of The Christians running until April 8th. But Paul is about to preach a sermon that will shake the foundations of his church's belief. From April 27th to May 13th, see the classic play An Enemy of the People. Tickets go on sale in mid-April. Juanita K. Hammonds Hall for the Performing Arts will host the Springfield premiere of Phantom of the Opera from April 27th to May 13th. The beloved story and thrilling score will be performed by a cast and orchestra of 52, making this Phantom one of the largest productions now on tour. Get your tickets now, starting at $35. The MSU Tent Theater will run a production of Cry Baby, the rockabilly musical based on John Waters' cult film. It will be going from June 13th through 16th and June 18th through 23rd. Also check out Peter and the Starcatcher from June 28th to July 3rd and July 5th through 6th. This Tony-winning play, based on the best-selling novels, upends the century-old story of how a miserable orphan boy becomes the legendary Peter Pan. Finally, The Drowsy Chaperone will be at the Tent Theater July 11th through 14th and July 16th through 21st. Tickets to all of these shows in the MSU Tent Theater are $15 for MSU students, start at $17 for seniors and children, and start at $19 for adults. And finally, Parkview High School will have a production of You Can't Take It With You. The Pulitzer Prize-winning play is about a man from a family of rich snobs who become engaged to a woman from a good-natured but decidedly eccentric family. It starts on April 5th and ends April 8th. That's all we have for now, so get out there and support your local theater productions. For On Stage and DUTV, I'm Clayton Baumgarth. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Clayton. Our last story was produced by Tully Beard. The only thing better than one story by Tully Beard is two stories by Tully Beard. This time, the subject is an aspiring rock star.
My name is Harry Backscratcher, and I am a rock star.
Being a rock star is Harry's full-time job, and he has a unique way of creating music.
I like to just go into a room and then just bang a bunch of random objects together and create a new sound. My primary instrument is the egg shaker. It's like basically a maraca, but without the stick. I don't have my egg shaker per se on me because it's a very delicate instrument. But like, I could probably put some beans in a cup and then just like shake it around and show you how I use it. And just realizing that I like had a column. See what I mean? My great uncle liked to throw things off the roof. And he'd create this sound. Like sounds that I've never really heard before. See what I mean? That sound, I think, is what inspired me on my first album. Dropping things off the roof.
Oh, no!
I like the high-rise buildings where there's definitely like an awkward amount of time before it hits the ground. And that way I can spit on people without them knowing. See what I mean? I get most of my inspiration from my great uncle, Harry Belafonte. He had a few like hits back in the day, but like I don't think a lot of people probably know him these days. Most people just know me, Harry Backscratcher.
Have you ever heard of Harry Backscratcher?
No, Chaz, have you heard of him?
Nope.
Yeah, we've never heard of Harry Backscratcher before.
Though people may not know his name, Harry still feels like a success.
My producer is actually Lady Gaga. I'm so close with Lady Gaga that I've made it. And I feel successful. And that I feel like is what's important in life.
Thank you, Tully Beard, for that story. Hey, want to know what's happening in the Queen City? Well, good news, because Chelsea Hidalgo has it all in All About Town.
Hello everyone, I'm Chelsea Hidalgo. Let's see what's happening about town. And by town, I mean Springfield. For all you rap music fans, Young Pinch will be at the Complex for their All for the Love tour. Check it out March 31st. Is your head filled with useless knowledge? Think again. Go downtown April 1st, grab your friends, and head to Patton Alley Pub for weekly trivia night. Expect prizes and a good time. Improbable Cause is one of Springfield's best improv shows. Catch them April 6th at the Springfield Improv. Feeling brave? Take an improv class from them. What's better than all-you-can-eat ribs and rock? Helping kids. You can do both at the 19th Annual Rockin' Ribs Barbecue Festival, April 20th through the 21st at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. Come hungry, because for just $10, you can sample 80 teams worth of food while supporting 7 local children's charities. Feel like some culture after pigging out? This is a rare event for music lovers. The combined choirs of Drury, Evangel, and Missouri State Universities are joining forces with the Springfield Symphony. They'll present an evening of gorgeous compositions at the Hall on April 21st. The very next day at the Hall, and straight from Broadway, The Illusionists, showcasing 5 of the most talented illusionists in the world. They're billing this as a night of magic and intrigue. Oh my. Let's come back down to earth and head to Walnut Street. Yes, I know it's early in the year, but let's talk Arts Fest anyway. Historic Walnut Street, May 5th through the 6th. The annual Arts Fest is back with over 100 artists and 80 live performances. And of course, massive amounts of food vendors from Springfield's favorite restaurants. Time to talk the blues. They're called Blue October. They're out of Texas and will be at the Galois Theater May 31st. This band charts very high with an emotionally charged show. Well, that ought to keep you busy for a while. I'm Chelsea Hidalgo, reminding you that when you want to know what's going on in Springfield, you need to watch About Town. Bye for now.
Thank you, Chelsea. Well, as the show comes to an end, it's time to head to the farm. That's right. Ella Bryan takes us home and into her family's coop.
It's 6:30 a.m. at the Bryan coop when the alarm clocks go off. Only our alarms probably aren't quite like yours.
I love chickens because they're a calming animal.
There's 14 chickens total at the Bryan household, but one rules the roost.
My favorite chicken is Peggy.
This is Peggy. She is 5 years old, and she's not super excited about being held right now.
You probably wouldn't be that excited either if you were losing all your feathers.
Chickens are in the middle of a molt season, which is when they lose all of their feathers. And so they're a little bit just irritated and nervous, and their personality is a little different than normal.
The molting process lasts for 2 to 3 weeks, twice a year. It's a mess.
And this is all the feathers in the molt. They're beautiful feathers, but they are a mess also.
The end goal for anyone who raises chickens is to produce eggs. But to lay eggs like a champion, you have to fuel like a champion.
The pecans are a protein source, and like I said, they were molting, and protein is really good to help their new feathers develop well and come in. And each chicken I have lay anywhere from 180 to 250 eggs per year.
I'm going to get the eggs. Mom told me to collect them.
And on this particular day, despite the cold weather, it just so happens Peggy was feeling generous. Unfortunately for Peggy, the joke is on her, because once she's done laying her tasty eggs, she's dinner. One less alarm clock to snooze through. For DUTV, I'm Ella Bryan.
That story was produced by Ella Bryan, a sophomore on our swim team from Houston, Texas. That's all we have time for, which is good, because that's probably all you wanted to see. Until next time, I'm Cale Harper, and this is DUTV.